Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Antonio Schroeder, and welcome to Echo Sound Podcast Studios. I am your host, Dr. Antonio Schroeder. Um, Stay tuned. Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to have you guys on the show tonight. I am the creator of this platform. I am the visionary of Echo Sound Podcast Studios. I am also the sole proprietor. My mission is to create an engagement platform where we explore diverse narratives and innovative ideas resonating to our audience. I believe in the power of storytelling and the importance of connecting through experiences. Today, I'm excited to have a powerful brother here today. Very, very intricate human being. Very excited to have him on. Introducing our guest, Lawrence Saint Victor. But before we even get started with him, I want to do a brief bio. I'm pretty sure you guys already know who he is, but we're gonna do a brief bio just for the sake of. Stay tuned.
Lawrence Saint Victor is an actor, producer, and writer, known for his captivating performances across both television and film. With a career spanning over a decade, Lawrence has become a household name, most famously recognized for his role on The Bold and the Beautiful, where he brought depth and authenticity to his character. Beyond the soap operas, Lawrence has showcased his versatility in a variety of projects, from starring in films to making appearances in other popular TV series. His dedication to his craft has earned him critical acclaim, as well as a loyal fan base. Off screen, Lawrence is a devoted family man who strives to balance his demanding career with quality time spent with his loved ones. He's a passionate advocate for giving back, using his platform to inspire and uplift others. In his most recent project, The Accused, Lawrence takes on a compelling new role, further proving his ability to tackle diverse and challenging characters. With a legacy that continues to grow, Lawrence St. Victor is a force to be reckoned with in the entertainment industry.
Hello, everyone, and welcome, Mr. Lawrence Saint Victor. We appreciate you, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh man, listen. I just want to say I am honored to have you on. Honored to have you on. It's been when I say years. I have we have watched you uh, on TV, and yeah, it's definitely it's like almost like it's like I'm going through this like little cruise of a dream where I'm just meeting all of these great people.
That's what's up. No, man, the honor's all mine. Trust me.
Oh man, definitely a pleasure, man. But one thing I do want to say that I definitely honor and I appreciate your career. You know, and the things that you're doing. You're doing some great things. You've been on Bold and the Beautiful as Carter Walton, right? And also in other films. You know, you've had diverse and even versatile range of acting. So you can, it's no limit to you, you know, which is very powerful. You also are a writer, you know, and also have done some dynamic things within the entertainment space. So it's definitely exciting to, like I said, to have you on. I know that we just want to kind of pick your brain a little bit, you know, get some things going, man. But definitely, it's definitely an honor. But with all of this success and the things that's happening around you, and I know how it is because I do a lot, but I can only imagine the things that you do on a daily basis.
Mm.
But with that being said, balancing like a career of entertainment with family, you know, I don't know if that's
Yeah.
being challenging in itself, but I know for me, it can be very challenging. How you manage to prioritize, you know, your family, maintaining your professional career, like in your success. I'm curious.
Dude, I'm still trying to figure it out. I think I tell you, who gets left out of the equation is usually me.
Right.
You know, I'll do the work. You know, the career is how I provide, and
Yeah.
it's also my craft. It's what I love to do. It's a blessing to do. So, I'm very committed to what I do, and I'm more committed to my family, to my wife and my son. So they get almost the whole pie, and and I'm usually like, I'm tired.
I'm
Like I need,
tired.
I'm tired. And I'm trying to find the balance of where do I squeeze some me time in there,
Right.
but I'm
Man.
usually the one that gets left behind a little bit. But that's an abundance of blessings though. So
Yes.
I'm not complaining about it. I just need to figure out how to balance all of it, you know?
Man. I'll say I'm getting used to schedules.
Hmm.
Like trying to schedule everything.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way it's gonna make sense. That's me personally. I mean, I don't know if that's
Yeah.
is
No, I'm with you. And before I would schedule and have a list of things for my day, but I would like leave stuff off the list, like
right,
taking a break. I would just
right,
have like things to do. And I'm like, no, you need to put in your breaks.
mm,
And then it's evolved to like having a time stamp
right.
on each thing. So that's where I'm at right now. And
Wow.
it's working,
Yeah.
but I'm still finessing it a bit.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
You have time to throw the football,
With my son. If I'm just gonna play some video games and watch TV, that might have to wait until
right. Right.
later.
I get it, man. I totally
You
get it,
know,
man.
you know.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Definitely. Um, how do you journey? Um, well, let me just say like this: how has this journey for you as far as acting, and as far as the beginning of acting? Where was that key moment where, um, like I don't know if it was a person, like what inspired you to
Mhm.
to pursue like this pathway for you? Like, was it something where you just kind of ran into it, and it was just something that just happened, or was it through a connect? Was it through a friend? Or was it something where you was thinking about it and like, you know what, let me just pursue this? Like, what was that path for you? You understand?
Kind of all of the above. I think they all happened in certain seasons of my life to push me forward.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, I just love movies. I love
Yeah.
stories, and as a kid, I didn't realize how much I loved it. Like even when I play with my toys, I would play with them in a cinematic way, and the story would have to be important, and I thought that's how everyone played with their toys.
Right.
And with my cousin and my sister, my dad had the old, I'm an 80s baby, so we had the old school VHS camera.
Oh man,
Had
looking
him,
back.
brother, on the shoulder. And he would record home movies, and I would come up with ideas for us to like play characters and stuff. And to
Right.
me, it was normal. I thought that's how everybody played.
Right.
And then,
You ain't the only one.
yeah, I feel like if you're an artist, you start doing these things, and then I became a teenager, and it wasn't so cool to dream this way. So I kind of like dimmed it a little bit, played sports.
Yeah.
And there was this play going on at my high school, but I wouldn't dare do the play because I'm in high school and playing football. It's not the thing. And it was Grease. I don't sing. I don't know what this is. So yeah, so it's always something I loved. And then high school happened, and I graduated, and I was going to go to a 2-year school before going into any kind of university.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to be. Let's just jump into the performing arts major.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just become a I can't get my words. My
No, you good.
performing arts major,
Right.
and see what that's about. And in 2 years, I must have taken like 7 acting classes, did like 10 plays,
Wow.
just jumped all the way in, and found out I loved it. Found out it's exactly what I thought it would be.
Wow.
And from there, I graduated from the 2-year school. Then I went to a conservatory.
Mm-hmm.
And my father's friend went to that school, and he went to school with Wesley Snipes.
Oh
And he was
wow,
like,
that's a
Wesley
small world.
Snipes went to this school. I'm like, I guess I need to go to this
Right.
school.
All right. You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
knew nothing about conservatories or like the NYUs or the Juilliards.
right.
And he said Wesley Snipes went to SUNY Purchase. I guess I need to audition and go to SUNY Purchase.
Wow, that was a
That's what I
sign.
did.
That was a tremendous sign right there. Wow.
Yeah, but it was also like the ignorance of youth, like not realizing how hard this job is, or how hard entertainment is, or that it's
Yeah.
1 in a million, or even going to SUNY Purchase. It was a program you had to audition for, and they saw like hundreds of kids around the country,
Mm-hmm.
only accepted 22 kids.
Mm.
I didn't
Mm.
know. I'm just like, yeah.
Of
I remember I
course.
auditioned in front of the faculty, this wonderful professor named Dean Irby. And he was like, this is the only school you auditioned for? Because all the kids there, they do the rounds. They audition all over
Yeah.
the country.
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah. He was like, man, he thought it was confidence. No, it's ignorance. I
It's
didn't know there
ignorance.
were other schools. I didn't know.
Right.
So
Right.
he took it as confidence. I'm like, I don't know. So like blissfully ignorant
Right.
was the beginning. And then, but
Wow.
yeah, yes, I think it was a combination of a bunch of things, but it all started out with the way I watch movies and TV. I feel like was a little different
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
my peers.
No, bro, I get it. I'm a creator in mind. So my
Hmm.
wife can't stand me when I'm watching movies because I'm like, oh no, that's green screen. Oh no, that's like I'm looking at it from a
Yeah,
director's standpoint, you know. So
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
okay, the transition, okay, boom, like you're looking at this stuff and you in your mind you're like, oh, this is how they did it. So it's like, I can't just watch a regular movie and just,
You can't. And that's like, I have friends of mine. I love superheroes, right? And I
oh,
watch all the
me too.
superhero movies. I still watch professional wrestling.
Oh, bro.
And because I'm still a kid, but a part of me is like, I don't judge the craft when I watch those things. I'm
Right,
I'm I'm 5 years old again.
right.
If you sit me and you throw on like this, Oscar nominated film, then it's hard for me not to like look at it as an artist.
Yes.
You throw on like the Avengers, my actor hat, right? My writing hat's off. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm able to like lose myself in it.
Right.
So I feel you. With some things I can't, it's hard to take the glasses off. So
It's hard, man. Yeah,
yeah,
it really is.
yeah.
But and be honest with you, that's the kid, that's the little kid in us, man. And honestly, it keeps us hungry. You know, like if you think about
Yeah.
it, it really does, right? It keeps you hungry. Um, like I spend that time to be creative because the little boy in me, I guess, or the creative side, I have to keep that thing going. It's like
You gotta feed
it's my
them.
passion, man. You know.
You gotta feed them.
Oh,
And Jonathan Major says something really interesting during his press circuit for Magazine Dreams. And he was talking to a bodybuilder who thought about acting. And Jonathan Major's like, yeah, you can act. And he said something very profound. And I think this might be true for all art.
mm-hmm.
He said, everybody knows how to act. It's just you forgot how.
Mm.
He's like,
That's
I
deep.
act from that little boy.
Ooh.
And I was like,
That is true.
yo,
But when you think about it, we when we were kids,
it was
we
nothing.
it was easy.
Imagination, huge. And I think, and then we get skeptical and we grow up. So when you talk about needing to feed your art, that's what we're
Yes,
doing. We're just keeping that little kid alive
bro.
and thriving.
That's
Because, bro, when he said that, I was like,
if you think about it, it's so like that is gems right there. Like
that's a gem.
it's the
That's a gem.
truth. It's
I
so
had,
true.
I had an acting teacher who would say, what we do is child's play.
Mm. Yep,
Child's play.
that's
It's
right.
not childish, so
Right.
you have to respect it, but it's child's
It's
play.
child's play.
Dude.
You no, bro. You on it. Like that right there. You diving in for another hour just talking about that because it's so much. It's so much in that. It's so much in that, man, that can help out
Come
a lot of
on.
actors. And we're going. I guess we get into that conversation too.
Yeah.
But as far as with because I want to squeeze this in there.
Hmm.
Um, what was like as far as fitness is concerned and health? I know that is very, very. And man, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I have I had to repent because I have really
Uh,
fell off. Like I need to get back on my grind. I'm,
it is all good,
bro.
brother. It is all
You feel
good.
me?
I do feel you. I do feel
So
you.
I'm like, yeah, yeah. So you have those seasons to where you're kind of like, and then you're like, okay, let me get it together. I'm convicted now. I need to get it together. So, but I
Yeah.
know some people want to get fit, right?
Hmm.
But it's really about health. So if you can explain, as far as on your end, when to break that down for us.
Yeah. So I'm in an industry where there is a lot, goes into what you look like,
Yep.
especially if you're a certain type. And
Yep.
at 18 years old, when I want to be an actor, I kind of knew I'm 6'2", got broad shoulders. I kind of knew what archetype I fit in.
Yep.
My dad, he's like a power lifter. He played professional ball at one point. So
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
he loves the gym. So one
Right.
summer I was like, Dad, train me up.
Right.
Flash forward years later, my relationship to fitness is honestly longevity. I'm 42 years old, brother,
Right.
and I got a 6-year old. So I start doing the math. By the
Right.
time he's 15, I need to make sure that I have the body of a 30-year-old so I can keep up with him.
Right.
So I
Right.
think fitness for me is just a fountain of youth. And I think for anyone who is struggling with it or who have fell off, it's not the biggest deal.
Right.
Honestly, going for a walk for 30 minutes will change your life.
Yes.
Like just go take a 30-minute walk. If you can't walk, if your back hurts, go to a gym that have one of those bikes with a seat on the back. Like it doesn't have to be this
Perplexed.
grueling. Yes, like we change our lives over the course of time.
Mm-hmm.
It don't got to be this 6-week challenge, right? Right? If
No,
if if
you're right.
if if you're dealing with your food, you don't got to throw your whole fridge away. Like start small, like replace items because we're in it for the long haul. So I
That's
would
right.
say for fitness, like it's a turtle race, man. Like take your time,
Right.
and the more you take your time, the more consistent you'll be. And then you form the habit. And then it's ingrained. Like I don't really believe in discipline or motivation. I feel like those are fleeting feelings. I feel like you build the habit and then it's there. Like you don't have to motivate yourself to brush your teeth. You've been doing it every day, so you just kind of do it. Some people, I'm not judging nobody if they don't. But you build the habit. And it's the same thing with fitness. Like you
Right.
do enough to be consistent enough where you build a habit where it starts to feel weird if you don't do it.
Right.
Just take your time.
Take your time, man.
Take your
Take your
time.
time. I mean, and I guess it is peer pressure, right?
Hmm.
Or
Hmm.
some is a level of peer pressure that comes over us, at times, and you got to stay within the, within the parameters to please others, in that sense too. It's almost, yes, you want to please, you want to look good, please yourself to a certain degree, but also, there is a lot of pressure, right?
Yeah, you got to do it for yourself though. And I know that's like easier said, right?
Right.
But like if you go into a gym, I fully believe there's probably maybe only the 1 percentile in there that is not feeling every bit of insecure, every bit of shame, every bit of this sucks today, every bit of I'd rather be somewhere. Like most of us all feel the same way. We're just looking at each other like you must be the only one that feels this way.
Right.
We're all in it together. And since
Yes.
everyone is dealing with their own stuff, trust me, they're not looking at you or
No,
studying you
they
when
not.
you think they are because they're going through their own
They're going through
stuff.
their own stuff.
They don't got time to watch you. If I go to the gym and they see me struggle, they'll laugh. Trust me, they're not paying attention. And if someone is, they're the minority. That's a
Right.
smaller percentage. Most of us are going in there,
Mm-hmm.
handle business, may
Yep.
say what's up to some friends, and then go home.
And go home.
You know,
They ain't doing all that. Yeah.
they're not. They're not. They're
Yeah.
not. But it's understandable why someone would feel that way,
Yeah.
or because we're all battling insecurities
Something.
and
Yeah.
but since we all are, no one's really focused on you because we're all dealing with our own stuff, you know?
Come on, bro. Come on. You ain't lying.
Man.
Definitely. You've portrayed a lot of this is moving on to another different subject,
Hmm.
but you have portrayed like a wide variety of characters. What's the most challenging role you've taken on, and what did you learn from that, if you could remember?
You know, I can't, as of right now, I won't say a role, but I'll say Bold and the Beautiful. Because to be on something and do something continuously for like 13 years,
Man, you
it's
you
it
you're a
it,
vet.
it, it nah, but when you're on a show that's 38 years old,
Yeah.
I'm still a baby. 'Cause we got
Listen.
day oneers. We got day oneers who've been there since
Yeah,
day one in
it's true.
1987.
Jesus,
I know. I know.
that's a long
Uh,
time.
it is, but I love it because with the exception of John McCook
Hmm.
and Catherine Kelly Lang, we're all the new kids.
Right,
I don't care how long you've been there. It's
yeah,
like if you wasn't here the first day,
right.
we're all new to this.
Come
This
on,
show is
man.
bigger than all of us.
Bigger.
Um,
It's a system.
yeah, yeah. And to be in there and play a character for so long under the grind that is a daytime soap opera, which is, 80 to 100 pages a day,
Gee, listen,
one or two takes, moving on, to consistently build that muscle over time,
bro. I
that,
commend
that
you. I
it's a
commend you.
wonderful challenge.
Listen, I commend you
It's a
because
wonderful
the
challenge.
thought of me going through those pages when Sean Keenan was breaking it down to me and
Yeah,
telling
he
me
know,
what he was doing per day, I was like, bro,
bro.
it's real.
But it's one of those things where you have no choice but to step up.
Yeah,
And then over time of doing it, just like we talked about fitness,
yeah,
you just get in this wonderful rhythm and your body and your mind is used to the grind. But I would say it's so relentless that for right now, for me, it's more challenging than any role. Like I know there's challenging roles and you go deep and then you're done in like a couple months.
yeah.
Be on something that is ongoing and it's like it's a new 80 pages every day. And you're like, okay, let's let's open this up and because it feels like let's start all over again
Right.
every day. It's wonderful, but it's definitely challenging.
But and not to get really deep into the questions, but when
Hmm.
you go day by day, could you kind of see where they're leaning on the next day based off of what you read on that current day?
You
Like
you can see for
go
the
ahead.
week, yeah, yeah, yeah. So for the week, you can see like the trajectory for the week. You don't know what you're doing next week yet.
Okay, I got you.
And even if those scripts are coming in, you're not really trying to look at them like that because you're trying to get through this
Yeah,
week.
you try to get through this week. Right, right,
You might
right,
take a peek at them, but you're like, I can't even start learning those. I
right,
need to get to Friday.
right, right,
Um,
right. I
yeah,
got you.
so you can have your week ahead of you. And some of us work different.
Hmm.
I like to get ahead of it. And if I get everything the week before, I'll kind of start working on and drilling it. Some
Hmm.
actors are freaking, I don't know how they do it. They won't look at the material till that morning
Right,
and be off book,
bro. Well,
off
I
book.
think I was told. I think Catherine, Sheila, the one that played
Kimberlyn. Mhm.
Kimberly. Man, like how I don't
Ooh,
get it. Like I don't get how you can do that. You know,
it's a
like
muscle. I used to do that when I was on Guiding Light. I wouldn't look at it till that morning.
okay.
Well, I don't think my brain works the same anymore. I just don't trust it. I don't trust it.
You don't
I was
trust.
in my 20s. I was in my 20s during that time. I don't trust it right now.
They say I don't trust my.
No, you gotta know your limits, man.
You gotta know your limits, man. I get it. Trust me. I already know what time it is. And I'm and I'll tap into it. I've done a little bit of something, but nah, man, you
Hmm.
guys are goats compared to me. But
Man.
um, with your latest project,
Hmm.
right? The latest project. It looks like it's going to be good too, man. This thing look like it's
It's a
going to be
good
really
time, brother. It's a good time. Yes, yes. The
what
Accused on
what
BET
drew
Plus.
what drew you to the film, and what can the audience expect from your character? You know, from what it is that you do.
Yeah, so I'll give you a tiny synopsis. The film is pretty much about this plant geneticist, Danny West, and she works for like a small kind of black-owned pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
And her husband gets murdered, and she's accused of the crime, and I'm the detective that is pretty much hunting her down.
Mm.
And you'll learn that there's police corruption as well as
Oh boy.
corruption on the pharmaceutical side, and you won't really know who's who or what's what, including me. Um, and and dude, I get this fight scenes, and I get to run around with a gun. I'm a kid. I get to be a kid. I get to be a kid.
You got
And
action scenes. You
action
got action
scenes
scenes.
and running and gunning and all of that. And like my wife watched and my sister watched.
Wow.
And my wife said, I can tell how much fun you were having. And my sister was like, it reminded me of us in the backyard. I'm like, yo, my inner child was going
I love
crazy,
it. I love it,
crazy.
man.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's what
god.
drew me to it. It's like I get to like
Get the fight.
play cops and robbers and fight
Action
and do all
action
that stuff.
hero. You know what I mean?
Action hero. Yes, it was fun, brother.
That's
It was
dope.
fun.
That's dope. I
Yeah,
saw you and Sean get down on one of the clips. So I was like,
brother.
let me find out y'all
Bucket
fighting.
list. Bucket list. I got to go up against Mike freaking
Mike
Barnes,
freaking
bro.
Bonds, man.
Like, I was a kid. I remember watching Karate Kid 3.
Oh,
Like, I remember,
I
like, it was a
remember that.
must.
Bro.
I was a karate kid. I'm a Karate Kid guy. I watched all of Cobra Kai as an adult. I'm a Karate Kid guy.
Me too,
Come
bro.
on. Come
I
on.
think we wanted the same, brother, because I'm the same, bro.
Brother, when I remember I was on the show Bold, I think for a couple years before Sean came back. And he came back and like I think it was like day one. I'm like, so tell me about the Karate Kid. Tell me about, and he was going over the stunts and stuff. So getting to have a fight scene with Sean, brother, I've opened up the script and I was turning the pages like, are we gonna fight? Is it gonna happen? Yeah, dude, the joy. And he's such an amazing, talented artist, as you know.
Sean is dope, bro. Sean is
He's
dope, bro.
amazing and giving, like,
Yes, he is, man.
dude, because
I love that dude.
there's a lot of people in this industry who have his status
Mm-hmm.
and would have went into this kind of fight scene and would not have wanted to look bad.
Mm,
Like it wouldn't have been crazy for someone in his position to say, well, I don't want to get hit. I don't want any hits on me. Like
right,
that happens,
right.
especially in soap operas, because the egos could be crazy. Not so much on our show, but I hear stories.
Yeah.
Um, and he was so giving and,
Yeah.
he helped me work through the moves, and if something didn't feel
Man,
right for
that's my
me,
guy, bro.
like, he's amazing, dude,
Yeah,
and
Sean,
it was
Sean,
fun.
Sean. That's my look, bro. Listen, I don't say a lot of people is good friends, man. That's my guy, man. Like
Dude,
I will. I ain't a fighting. Like I'm not a violent person, but yeah,
but if you
yeah,
had to for Sean, you throw some hands.
yeah. I'm gonna throw some hands, man. You feel? Look,
Yeah,
respectfully.
respectfully, of
Yeah,
course,
but
of
no, but
course.
he has a good heart. He really do, and I can see
Yeah,
him guiding you through that, like with, because
dude,
yeah,
and I'm coming in like no ego. Like, tell me, what do you want me to do?
yeah,
Where do you want me to stand?
yeah,
How do you want me to throw this punch? Like, you're the guy. I'm
yeah,
just like, I just get to go home and say I fought Mike Barnes and got a lick in.
bro.
I got a lick
You
in.
gotta look in.
I got a lick in. Dude, nah, it's great. And
I love it.
he's so much fun.
Yeah, I love it, man. I'm like that's good stuff. That really is good stuff,
Yeah.
man. Like I felt like when you conveyed it, like I felt like I was there, the way you just
Oh
conveyed it.
man.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
again, it's the inner child, like just being a kid again and like being
Yes.
reminded, like, what you do is a grind, what I do is a grind. Then we get these moments where we're reminded, like, we're like 5 years old again. Like this is fun.
It's fun,
This is
bro.
fun.
Listen, the moment it stopped being fun,
Hmm.
like you lose that reality, man. Like you lose that edge.
Easy.
Honestly.
Yeah, I always say a joke, and it's like if you ever want to hear an actor complain, give them a job. Because then they start complaining about everything. And it's because the nature of this business is
You preaching, bro.
audition, 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 rejection, rejection, rejection.
Yeah.
So you kind of build this thick skin around having to be defensive on the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you get the job,
Mm-hmm.
a part of you is still like defensive, like who's out to get me? Who doesn't want me here?
Right.
You hear stories about you book the job, we
Mm-hmm.
have the table read, you get fired off the table read,
Yeah.
even though you booked it.
Yeah.
I know people that happen to.
Yeah.
So like you're always just ready for a fight sometimes. And it's like you're missing out on
Jesus.
the joy.
Yeah.
It's understandable
Yeah.
because of the stuff we have to go through, but that's the balance, you know?
Yeah. I get it. I get it. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. So I learned that about 3 years ago. You know, at one
Hmm.
point I was kind of getting burned a little bit, and I was like,
Yeah.
Tony, remember how when you got in here? Like, remember the first time you started doing it? You was the little boy that was just into art, into
Yeah.
creating, into
Yeah.
making someone else, convey a message. So I had to learn that, and I try to teach my children the same way. I said, look, my daughter, she's been having some success
Mm.
into she does a crochet. She does like these crochets, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we set up a little business for her because she started doing it, and she was like good at it. She was only her little hands, man. She's only like what 9 or 8 at the time. So I'm
Get
like,
it
man, this
in.
this this is a this could be a good thing. So she got so excited about it, but I saw where she was kind of losing that little edge to her
Mm.
because it wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah.
So I was letting her know as far as that balance because it's important. It's important especially for and it builds her confidence too. So she can get in
Yeah.
other areas in life, even if it's not that she can get in other areas. She'll
Once you win in one area, you can win in every area because
yeah,
you won. You know what it's like to put in the work.
that's
But
right,
that balance is tough, man.
bro.
And you see it all the time. You see it in every industry. You see it in with athletes
Yeah,
where you can tell they don't want to play the game anymore.
you can tell.
But when they were like 14, it's all they ever wanted to
Oh
do.
man,
And something happened and I don't blame anybody
yeah,
because the business side of what we do is the complete opposite. That the 5-year-old hates the
bars,
business side
bars.
of what we have to do. So you're right. It's about keeping that balance. Like you said earlier, like
Yeah,
keeping that child fed
yeah,
so he can survive
yeah.
the business part of it, you know?
Yes, that's good stuff, man.
Man.
Um, how does the accused differ from other roles that you've played in terms of character and the complexity of um, other storytelling, concepts and stuff like that? Like like, can you like break that down to us a
Yeah.
little
I
more?
mean, the genre, to tell you the truth. I mean, I've never done a crime thriller before, an action crime thriller. So just the genre alone. And
Yeah,
we're in New York. We had a 14-day shoot, shot for 3 weeks, 5 days for 3 weeks. And just the grind of it is completely different than anything I've ever done.
yes,
Um, the genre, bro.
my yeah, the John, yeah, I can imagine. I know when I saw that banding over your face, I was like, this dude about to get down. Like I don't even
Oh,
know nothing about the movie, and I know that this movie going it's about to raise up some things.
and like I said, like the woman that's running from me is a plant geneticist, and we
Mm,
don't got a black woman who's a scientist, right? Like
that's
we're
good.
showing black people because the crime thrillers like The Fugitive, these have been around forever.
Yeah,
We don't see ourselves in
yeah,
these types of movies too much, you
that's
know.
true.
every now and then we'll get like, what Enemy of the State with Will Smith, but he's like the only black guy in
He's the only, like, he's the gatekeeper, man. Like, come
it.
on, he's the gate.
Right?
Let's be real, like,
But this film, you get to see us
yeah,
in a genre that's very familiar, that we enjoy. We get to
right,
see us in it playing smart, sophisticated people,
hmm,
but they're still black.
yeah, yeah,
It's not just we just put black actors in there to be in this white movie. No, it,
yeah,
it is black. Like
yeah,
there's culture in there, you
yeah.
know?
The culture is in there, and I love the way
Yeah,
you put that too. That's powerful.
yeah.
Um, yeah, that's powerful. So, looking ahead, what kind of role?
Mm.
What kind of, the way you said, you're like, I
Mm.
already know. What kind of role or roles or projects do you hope to explore in the future?
You know, I usually have an answer for this, but I kind of changed my mind around it a bit
Yeah.
because I don't know if it's a role, but a story
Mm-hmm.
with the right people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I haven't seen it yet, but Sinners apparently is amazing.
It looks like it's going to be. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard that.
Bruh.
You
And
seen it?
like, no, I want to see it this week. In a couple,
Okay.
I need to see it
I'm
this
gonna
week.
check it out.
But like, if you were to ask, but I listened to a lot of their interviews, and if
Mm-hmm.
you were to ask Michael B. Jordan what his dream role would be, there's no way he could imagine that this movie was going to come up in a couple years. You just can't imagine it. You just
Yeah.
know you love working with Ryan Coogler. You know he's imaginative,
Right.
and you hope to tell this kind of story or a story that moves people, but you can't imagine it. So that's what I want. I want the perfect storm of script, director to tell a story that is impactful, but is also entertaining.
Right.
It's not a specific role, but
Right.
like that ecosystem, man.
Mm. Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
be in
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
ecosystem.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the story, the role can be whatever. I'll play, it doesn't matter, but just to be a part of
That's good.
the movie and the
Yeah.
film, like Sterling K. Brown, he played Killmonger's father in Black Panther. It was a smaller role, but it was in the beginning. It was very important
Yeah.
because his death was the origin story for this, Michael B. Jordan's character to become alive. And they needed an actor who is so good that he can be there for 10 minutes
Mm.
and cast a wave that'll affect the entire movie. So for me, it's like if a guy like Ryan Coogler is like, I need you for 5 minutes, but these 5 minutes are the most important part of the film. Put me in,
Put me
coach.
in, coach.
Like
Shoot.
I don't need to be this role. I
Yeah.
want to be a part of your world.
Yo.
I want to help build this world with you.
Man, you saying
You
something,
know?
bro. You saying something. Yeah, this to be a part of the ecosystem. This to be like, just to be in that network, that net is good, because it's
Yeah.
only going to help you.
Because you don't know what that's gonna do. Right,
Exactly.
right? Like Michael B. Jordan played the bad guy in Black Panther, and his relationship kept flourishing with Ryan Coogler. They did Fruitvale and Creed together, and now Sinners. So it's like it's not so much of dream role, but like dream relationships,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like relationships that's gonna withstand just a role or a movie. Like we're gonna change Hollywood together.
Yes. That's real.
The
That's
can't like a lot our freaking library of films we're gonna do together.
right.
A role.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can play a role, but like I'm talking like
Yes. That's
look at our catalog.
it's a catalog. It's literally like a calibration. Basically you just
That's what I want.
yes. I get it.
That's what I want.
I get it. Well, man, that's actually a good answer.
Thank you, brother.
Um, man. Well, let me see if some people on here want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Anybody on here live that want to ask any questions for Mr. Lawrence here? Any questions you want to ask Mr. Lawrence here? He is married. I just want to let you guys know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep that straight.
17 years, brother.
17.
17 years.
That's good, man. That's
Thank you,
really
brother.
really good, man.
Thank you, brother.
Very very good. Anybody have any questions before we gonna close? Anyone have any questions? All right. God bless y'all. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. And my
Yeah,
Denzel.
Your Denzel came out.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, all right, all right, okay, okay.
But I will say, man, it's an honor, it's a privilege, man. That I'm just appreciate you, bro, for being on my
You too,
platform.
brother.
Honestly,
You too, man.
um, and I believe this is just the beginning. Honestly, man, it's like, bro, if I may say, you are actually going to like. I see another chapter where you're about to evolve
I
from where
received
you
that,
were. It's like
man.
it's going to be a whole. Like when I say, it's going to be totally different from what you've been accustomed to, and it's like you know how you've been working the space, but then all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden, there goes that paradigm. Boom! It just hits you, just like it was just that moment,
Brother,
bro. It's about to.
I
It's about to get.
received that. I can say the same thing about you, my guy.
Oh man, go
I
ahead,
can
man.
say the same thing about you, man.
Stop it. Don't don't do it. Don't do it, bro. Don't
I
get me.
could, man, because you out here, man, right? Because you're using your gifts to create a platform to uplift other people,
Yo,
right? Like you're in service to people, and that in itself will grow.
man.
It will be impactful because like you're not out for self. And yes, you will receive success and you will get all the things you deserve, but you created something to put the spotlight on other people. We live in a time where TikTok and going viral is all about shining the light on
Facts.
me. I want light on me.
Facts.
And you're out here going, nah, I want to put it on him and her and
Yeah.
him, her. Brother,
That's
that's
deep.
special, man.
That's deep,
That's
bro.
special.
I never thought about that until you said. I mean, yes, it's definitely service. It's definitely service for me. I found joy in making somebody else look good. Um, and
That's not small. That's not small, and dare I say, it's wonderfully spiritual,
yes,
but it's not natural. Hmm.
bro. Listen, I was about to give off like a little offering to you, bro. Just call you Reverend Lawrence. I'm gonna call you Reverend Lawrence.
Listen,
Yes, sir.
you send all tithes and donations to Lauren. It's true though,
No, but
man.
it's
It's
no, but what
true.
you're saying is so true, man. And honestly, like real talk, like yeah, that's it. That's it, man. Like I really believe that it was something that was spoke to me years ago, and I didn't believe it.
Mm,
I didn't believe it. I had. I mean, I'll just say this: like it was something that was spoke to me that was prophetic, and was spoken
hmm.
was saying you are going to be. Said God's going to use your gift, and then you're going to be doing work for celebrities. I'm like, sound good. It sound good. I was like, right now I'm in my basement with this old laptop, and I just didn't think that it was gonna be that serious, but it wound up being that serious. And then next thing you
Mm.
know, you see that people, it's just this is nothing but God, bro. Like,
I mean, and that kind of takes the pressure off, right? Because it's like, well, this is yours.
yeah,
I obviously it's got nothing to do with me. This is you. So take the wheel. And that's part of the balance we talked about in the beginning.
yeah,
Usually when I feel the most unbalanced is when I act like I'm the god of my own life, steering.
mm,
I gotta juggle all of this. I gotta make sure everybody's good in my own strength, in my
right,
own
right,
and
right.
that's when I start to crash out.
Crash. That's when you crash. That's real.
Because it's not meant for you to carry it. You
Yeah,
know,
you
you, you
can't do it.
you're in service to it, but like
Right.
he's got it.
Yeah,
He's got
you
it,
can't do
you know.
it. Yeah,
But I'd be like, No, God, I got it. Relax. Take a
Relax.
break. Let me show you how it's done. He's like, all right, let me see him
Yeah.
crashing out in 3, 2, 1.
You
I'm
understand?
so stressed out.
All right, God. You know what I
All
mean?
right.
Yeah, man. I mean,
That's real.
it's real though, man. It's real. Yeah, and you're right though, man. Just learning the balance. You know, that balance is important, and staying humble, man. Keeping that humble approach. You know, in the areas of your life, right?
Like, honestly, I don't know how people are not humble
Right,
because we've seen people go from the highest of heights, drop to the lowest of lows.
bro. That
And not and all kinds of people,
yeah, you
good
said.
people,
I
bad
echoed the
people,
same thing. Go ahead.
like good people, bad people, talented people,
Yeah.
not so talented. It didn't seem like it was like specific to a certain person who goes through troubles or loses what they
Right.
work for.
Right.
It's like, yo, if that can happen to anyone, if we're all susceptible to that, and
All of us.
then like what's to boast about? Hmm. What's to
What's the
boast about?
boast about? Right.
Like this can all go away tomorrow,
Bro, like just like God forbid, but it can happen, right?
right? And it could be his plan.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to take this from you.
Right.
I need you somewhere else.
Right.
You connected your identity to this thing so much that you're serving it like it's a god.
Bro. Come on, man.
I mean, I boasting to me is scary. Like
Yo, it's a scary thing, bro.
when you're like so full of you that you can boast about it, like you have control over this thing.
No, bro. You don't. We don't. Bro, listen. I don't even want to touch that, bro. I don't even want to touch it.
I want to touch
You
it,
can go ahead with that, bro. Yeah. I don't want that.
man,
I don't want
man.
that headache. I don't.
And and we all go through ego and pride, and we all, I feel like, learn like, yeah,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, everything you think belongs to you,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have control over. Your children who you love and want to protect,
That's right.
they leave the house and go to school.
That's man.
If
Yes.
you're not, like, you're not there.
You're not there.
So
It's
you,
faith.
only faith,
It's only faith, bro.
because it's out of your
It's
control.
that right there is totally faith. It's out of your control.
You talk about like millions in the bank account, like how many recessions and depressions and this, and like it is not in your
It's
control.
out of your control. Even with that, it's like you really are. You just on a prayer and hoping that God keeps you stable for you in the confine of your family. But real talk, we all
You're
susceptible.
all. So it's like, what are we not humble about?
That's good. But look, listen, that right there is good in itself, man. Like what you saying is bars. It's the truth.
Man,
Yeah, man. I stay completely on the ground. Like this is sure as God allow grace to allow us to reap certain things, man. Boom.
yeah,
It's like, nah, I'm good. You can stay right
yeah,
there. Ego, you can
yeah,
stay over there, buddy.
yeah. And it's not even like, because some people will like preach this in a church and turn it into a completely like fear-based thing
Yeah. Yeah.
where you're scared of losing this or
Yeah,
losing.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm not even saying that. I'm just
No.
saying to be boastful or super proud about something, it has to be something you're in complete control of.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just asking, what do we really have control
That is so
over?
true. That is so true, man. That's true. I mean, like even us breathing, us, going anything that we do, like really, yeah, we are having some level of motion, but real talk, man, like you don't know what God forbid, you don't know
Bro,
what you know a couple hours from now I'm gonna do,
we all go to sleep, close our eyes, and are completely unconscious for 5 to 8 hours.
Facts.
What control do you
What
really have?
control do you really have,
You
Lawrence?
literally check out,
You can check. Yo, listen,
and your body is just lying there
lying there,
for the
gone.
world.
in another realm. Let's just be real. Well, listen, my mom, God rest her soul, she passed away
Hmm.
in her sleep.
Wow.
She passed away in her sleep, man.
Wow.
That's one of those things you kind of, some people pray for that, like pray for stuff like that or whatever. But she had, that happened. So when I think about that, my mom, she was just going to sleep, and this goes to show you, of course, obviously I went through a little bit of, situations with that because
Of
that's my
course.
mother.
Of
But
course.
but this goes to show you about this life, man. Like you being angry or resentful or holding grudges or stuff like that, man. It just toxic to the body, and it
Yeah.
doesn't do anything for you. And then you literally like holding that weight, and then you're going, you think that you're in control, like you said, but you really are not in control.
No,
So
you're controlled so much when you carry that. It changes your whole perception of reality when you
reality,
carry, I mean, everything,
facts,
everything.
facts.
And I mean, it kind of circles back to like actors or anyone in the profession who is having a hard time being appreciative
Yeah.
because the roadblocks it took to get there,
Mm-hmm.
you still wearing that cloak of rejection. You still
Facts.
wearing
You
that
still
cloak of
wearing it because
I'm not
somebody
good
said no
enough.
to you. Somebody said no, and there was a lot of no's before it was a yes.
So now you think you're in this fake it till you make it. They're gonna expose the fact that I'm not good. And you're walking around with that insecurity.
Bro, listen, I can't stand people like honestly that mentality. I mean, I ain't gonna say I can't stand it, but that's the vibe that you get from people sometimes. And it's like you said, that arrogance. It's like no, it's like 1,000 times. People are very like how many talented people that's way talented than but
Yeah.
again,
But it's insecurity, right?
yeah,
Like the most secure people, you won't know. They're not the loudest person in the room. They don't need to be
they don't
seen
have
or
to be.
heard. They're the kind of leaders that lead from the back. They push the train up the hill.
Bro,
They're
you
not the
know,
first person you see to cross the line, the last. And just so the people that want to be in the front, the people that are louder, it's insecurity, it's fear. And we've all felt fear. And it may not make us all boast and be like that, but we've all felt that level of fear that makes us feel like we have to survive. And
wow,
that's what they go through. That's
bro,
what they're going through,
look,
you know?
Pastor Lawrence again,
I
ladies and
don't know how
gentlemen,
this turned into
ladies and gentlemen,
you
Pastor
trying to wrap
Lawrence.
up and we did a whole sermon right now.
Just want to say here, he do another gym out there. Pass the plate, amen.
There we go.
But but no,
Tithes and offerings again could be sent to Lawrence at gmail.com.
PO box.
PO Box.
But
You
look,
know,
but no, I'm so joking, but I'm so excited about like I said, you really speaking some truth, man.
thank
You're
you, brother.
speaking nothing but the
So,
truth. So
it ain't me. I ain't taking
oh
credit
no,
for you.
bro,
Speaking through you two, we just here
yeah, we just
letting it
flowing.
speak,
That's right.
letting it speak,
That's
you know.
right. That's right. But I just want to say, man, thank you, right? And I know this is not going to be the last. I believe that, you know.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I don't
not.
believe it will be the last. I appreciate you. I appreciate the connection. I appreciate just in general the things that you do, man. Yeah, man. Like this is dope. Like this is really, really dope. I appreciate that,
Thank you,
man.
man.
And
Thanks for having me.
you already know, man. I got you, man. On whatever as far as on any, you already know what time it is, man. I got you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but
Likewise, brother.
yeah.
Likewise.
But blessings to you, your family, and man, we're looking forward in anticipation with this new movie. You guys, y'all got to check this out. Check out The Accused. I believe it's going to be very powerful. I believe it's definitely going to be entertaining.
Hmm.
Man, he's about to punch some people. He's going to get some little fight scenes together. He's going to figure out
Yeah,
this case.
get punched too. Get punched a lot, actually.
Yeah, I saw the Band-Aid. You know what I mean? So we know
Yeah,
it's going to be a little heated. You know.
there it is.
But no, we appreciate you, Mr. Lawrence, man. We appreciate you for all that you do. And you guys, thank you all for tuning in to Echo Sound Podcast Studios. I am your host, Dr. Antonio Schroeder, as you know, and we appreciate you all for tuning in. We're about to conclude. Thank you once again, Mr. Lawrence.
Thank you.
Stand by. Stand by.